Welcome back to the treehouse, you guys. Today is a very special day because today is Justin and I's 3rd year wedding anniversary. Ooh, we made it to 3 years. No, all jokes aside, we're super happy. You know, planning on 50 more to come, all that good jazz. One thing that you guys should know about Justin and I is that we typically don't spend gift exchange type thing. We're not one to give gifts. So normally what we do is we like a really good dinner. Justin loves dessert, something like a baked good. So what I normally do is I normally bake something that I know that he loves. So today you're gonna see me doing some baking in the kitchen. I'm gonna make his favorite chocolate chip cookies. They're called 1,000-layer chocolate chip cookies. Even though they're technically not really my recipe, I do get them out of a cookbook. These cookies are definitely the way to his heart. He's actually traveling around and I'm home alone, so that gives me a good chance to do some baking here in the kitchen. Today is gonna be a great day, so let's get started. All right, so I got my setup. This is the book that I get my my recipe from. So this book is actually given to us from my brother for our wedding anniversary, and some of our very favorite recipes come out of here. I have the biscuit recipe that I use all the time out of here. This is the 1,000-layer chocolate chip cookies. But I have my chocolate chips right here, extra dark chocolate, a cup of butter, 4 eggs, a lovely mixer, some vanilla, sugar, all-purpose flour, and that's basically it. Now that the dough is mixed, we're gonna separate it into 3 different portions and put it in the refrigerator to cool for about 10 to 20 minutes. That's just to make sure that the butter is set and chilled. That way it makes it a whole lot easier to roll it out, like with a rolling pin, baker's secret. Also, I'm separating it into 3 different portions because these cookies have 3 different layers of chocolate chips. That means like chocolate chips upon chocolate chips upon chocolate chips, which is why they're called 1,000-layer chocolate chip cookies. And another reason why Justin loves them. So another reason why these chocolate chip cookies are a labor of love is because you gotta hand chop all the chocolate chips. What you've gotta do is you've gotta chop them up even more so that it really becomes like 1,000 layers of chocolate chips. That way, you know, you're not just biting into a huge chunk of chocolate, but rather the chocolate is spread out throughout the entire cookie. It's an equal blend of cookie dough and chocolate chips and just so much goodness going on. Okay, so here we are, the aftermath of the rolling out cookie dough. This is what I've been using to cut biscuits and cookies for years now, and honestly, it does better than any cookie cutter ever could. I got some cookies ready to go in the oven next, and check it out. Oh yeah, look how big those things are. I just had to give the cookie dough a little bit of a taste. I know I'm not supposed to since I'm pregnant, but you know, you just gotta live sometimes. And it was delicious. I think these cookies are gonna come out perfect. And these cookies, y'all, are not your average cookies. They're not like, you know, the typical this big around. These things are as big as your face. So you can really only have like 1 or 2, maybe 2 at the time if you're really looking to make that a goal. But I'm about to pull these out and they're ready, and let's look at them. Oh, don't they look so good? So, as you can see, these guys are definitely big. Oh yeah. I think Justin's gonna be happy with these. So tell me how good those cookies were. I see you brought a few with you. Gosh dang fantastic. I brought 1, because I know they're all gonna be eaten by the time I'm back Canadian. This is my favorite cookie. This is a 1,000-layer chocolate cookie. It almost looks fake. Almost looks like one you'd see in a magazine. Check that out. I just brushed my teeth. This isn't gonna taste right.
interesting. When you brush your teeth and then eat a chocolate chip cookie, it kind of tastes like a mint chocolate chip cookie.
I wonder if you eat ice cream after brushing your teeth, if it tastes like mint ice cream.
This works right here, though. I'm into it. I'll figure it out.
11.
Don't worry. I got this.
Okay. Although you have been known to miss a few flights.
I've been known for a lot of mistakes. Marrying you wasn't one of them.
Oh, that's good.
Boom! Woo!
I'm so glad to hear that.
Yes.
Got your sanity?
Oh, I got my sanity. I'm gonna go catch some fish. Love you.
I love you too. Be safe.
Okay, see ya.
LFG is officially on his merry way to Canada, and that means I have about 4 to 5 days with my parents who came into town to kind of help me start nesting the house, getting things up on the wall, start working on baby room. All right, so now that we're back home at the tree house after dropping Justin off, let's show you the baby's room. I don't think we've shown you guys that so far, have we? What has not been done? Actually, nothing's been done in there so far, so it's kind of a bit of a mess. Here we are. So little Emmy gets to wake up every morning and see wonderful trees. I'm kind of jealous. So right now it's kind of a bit of a mess with all of our paint supplies, but we've been painting this bookcase to put in the closet, and it was originally about the color of the box. We've repainted it white. Probably gave it about 2 or 3 different coats, and it's gonna look so good in the closet. My parents also took home the baby bed that we bought because I started stripping the stain or the paint off of it, and it was turning out to be such an ordeal, and it was turning out to be such a mess. My wonderful parents decided to take home the baby bed so that they could help me and kind of like sand it down and paint it for me. So we're gonna paint it the same color as the bookcase. Hopefully things will start moving a little bit faster in this room, because as you can see, there's not a whole lot going on in here. Literally all we have in Emmy's room is a half-finished bookcase, but we will get that figured out. So to close it off, I feel like this is a great time to start the Stephie Storytime, and I'm gonna make this a thing in all of our videos. I feel like it should be like OSG's Storytime or Stephie's Storytime. So today, before my parents left, my mom and I started going on a walk, and we live down by the lake. Like, that's why it's called Lake Life Family. So we were walking down to the lake. My mom was like, oh, I wanna go see the trails. And we have these walking sticks. Justin and I got these walking sticks from our best friends, Craig and Heather. I was like, no, we don't need those. We don't need to use the walking sticks. We're just gonna be on the road. Let's go on the road so we don't have to go on the trails, just in case, because I'm pregnant. I don't want any snakes to bite me or spiders, or God forbid we run into like feral hogs. So we stuck to the road. We go all the way down. It's probably about half a mile. And then we get to the edge of the road, and it's probably about 100-yard stretch to the lake. And I was like, okay, it's right down there. So we start walking down the trails, and all of a sudden my mom grabs my arm and she's like, oh, Stephanie! Like, I think there's a bug on me, so I kind of freak out and like brush my legs. And I look to my right-hand side, and there's this huge water moccasin. I mean, that thing is like this big, and it's fat, and he's just looking at me. I was so scared that I ran, and that's probably not what you're supposed to do. So I know I'm gonna get a lot of people in the comments that's gonna tell me exactly what I need to do. So we got separated. My mom and I got separated because she stayed back. She didn't want to cross him, and I was already past him to where if I turned around and went back the other way, he probably would have bitten me. So what I did is I just kept going forward. So now I'm on this side, my mom's over here, and the snake is in the middle. There's no way for me to get on the other side to get back to my mom and leave, because the snake is in the middle, and he's just watching us. And we're both like, what do we do? What do we do? We didn't bring our walking sticks. We don't have a stick. There were literally no sticks to save us in case he starts like slithering towards us. So we start looking for rocks, because I was like, okay, maybe if I throw a rock at him, he'll slither on into the woods that way, like away from us. And finally my mom finds a rock, and I find a huge tree branch that I snap off the tree. So I've got like huge tree branch, my mom's got a rock, she throws a rock to him, and he starts slithering super slowly, and he kind of comes towards me, but then he just kind of slowly goes towards the lake. I'm literally shaking in my tennis shoes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared, because not only for my life, but for my child that I'm carrying, you know, I'm pregnant. If I were to get bit, I have no idea what complications that would be with pregnancy. The good news is we got out of it. We were perfectly safe and sound. You know, nobody got hurt, nobody got bit. But the moral of the story is I definitely recognized what kind of snake it was. So I think Justin and I are definitely gonna need like a snake book identifier in the house. So if you have any recommendations, let us know. I wanna get a big coffee table book of different snake breeds and spiders and stuff like that, so that living out here next to the lake, I know exactly what I'm looking at. Justin had already showed me what a water moccasin looked like, so I knew exactly when I saw it. I was like, okay, that's a water moccasin. It is not a rat snake. It's not friendly. I need to be more careful looking around my surroundings and making sure that I'm not stepping on them next time. That is Stephie's story of the day. Make sure you know your surroundings. If you are near the lake during the summer, make sure that you know the different precautions. Always have a snake biting kit around, or grab a hiking stick. Moral of my story is that I should have taken my walking stick, should have had something. Thankfully everybody was safe and no harm was done, so that is wonderful, and that is my story of the day. To close this out, everybody, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, Lake Life Family, go ahead and do so. Hit the subscribe button so you get all the notifications. Make sure to subscribe to Justin's channel, Lake Fork Guy, and my channel, which is All the Good Life. We just announced that we are having a baby girl, so we're gonna put down our P.O. box down in the description and everything else in case you want to send Little Emmie any little gifts or anything in the mail. We would gladly appreciate them. I don't have Justin here to send off, but he would say, meet you next time at the treehouse.